So one of my morning rituals when I wake up in the morning, after I thank God and brush my teeth, I have to go outside and take my dogs to use the bathroom. And in that 10 to 15 minute duration, I like to listen to Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret. I try to listen to it at least once a day, but some days like today I'll listen to it 2 or 3 times. And the reason behind me listening to it is, for one, I'm just trying to practice shifting my paradigm. Been conditioned with so many bad habits, and I'm, slowly trying to ascend with my thinking, and also just trying to bury certain things that don't need to be thought about. And one of those things is fear and negativity. And one of the things about success that I'm always praying for is that I can have longevity and sustain it, because I understand now, just over the years, just watching people come and go with success and fame, is that, not many people can sustain and keep ascending with success. They'll reach a high point and they'll drop very, very low. And sometimes that low can become like death. Even though we're gonna die, sometimes people's death is premature due to the pressures of success. And one of the most standout, I mean, there's so many key points in this record, man. Like, everything he says is vital information to success. But what stands out to me is don't worry. Worry brings fear, and fear is crippling. And he was saying how you don't need to let petty things annoy you or get you off your course. A lot of successful people that have had longevity, they have to ignore so many things, man. I think about somebody like LeBron James and how much he's had to ignore, especially with being like 17 or 18, being that famous, ultra famous, and now reaching the age of 41. He's just now starting to just kind of respond to things. And some of the things he's responding to was warranted, when it came to his children, like Bronny, whatever that ordeal was, or who. And I think about Jay-Z, Beyoncé, people like that, they ignore so many things. And the reason why is that Earl Nightingale pointed out that, if you sow negative thoughts, your life will be filled with negative things. And if you're always responding to petty things, it's going to throw you off your course, throw you off your path. That's the trick. Even Drake said, I think it was do not disturb, distractions to do you in the truest sense, so when I listen to this record, man, The Strangest Secret, that's something I know I have to work on. And maybe certain doors haven't opened up for me due to the fact that, certain things do annoy me, and I don't know why. And that's why I'm learning. I just have to learn to shift my paradigm. And that's something that I'm praying for, is to learn how to just know that it's only news when the moon talk back to the dog, so you got to carry yourself as such. Your paradigms, man, your habits, that's, you are the sum of your thoughts, so I know the things that I'm going to accomplish, and I'm trying to be more intentional, man, on being who I say I am, and what I meditate on and what I write about and things like that. And you have to address your flaws, man, and be accountable about where you're weak at, and what you have to build strength in. And that's something that's very important, man, because I just noticed, like, even in the heat of battle, like Kobe, that's my favorite athlete. God bless the dead, man. But when Kobe was on his tenure, where he was the man in LA and Shaq was elsewhere, he had these battles with the Phoenix Suns. They were some of the greatest battles, man. When Kobe was going at it with Steve Nash, and when Raja Bell played for the Phoenix Suns, man, Raja was like, he was hassling Kobe, trying to get in his head mentally, and man, Kobe was just unfazed. Like, even the clip the most notorious clip is when Matt Barnes was trying to like inbound the ball and Kobe didn't flinch. But that's how Kobe was with Raja Bell. Raja, when he was with the Phoenix Suns and when he was with the Utah Jazz, anytime they faced off, he was trying to do anything to rattle Kobe. And Kobe just, you know, he was unbothered, man. He was still giving him that work, still getting to his spots on the court, making the shots he wanted to make. And Raja even clotheslined him in one of those playoff series. And because Kobe never retaliated, he was able to, I think, get Raja suspended or something. But that was just them being competitive. They ended up being cool afterwards once they hung it up. And it made for great basketball entertainment. Because Kobe even trained his sons, I believe, and things like that. Raja speaks very highly of him. But Kobe was definitely a student of understanding the laws of success. And he wasn't going to allow anything to get him off, you know, his course of winning and being the best version of himself. Even when Kobe was going through the situation that he was found innocent of, and, you know, in Denver, in Colorado, anytime he played the Nuggets, man, fans were yelling out some crazy things, but Kobe stayed on point, you know. And it drew out it brought out like a cerebral version of him, how he was able to like use that to get in the head of the fans, and he tricked them into becoming fans, you know, of his game by his performance. So I guess, you know, sometimes you just have to use whatever people do to try to get you off course as the way to, I guess, amplify you or whatever it is you're trying to do. You got to take that energy, man, and switch it around. But I try to listen to this, like I said, every day, man, because there's a lot of great knowledge in it. And that's just one of my rituals that I do that I wanted to share with everybody, man. I listen to it, and it's not all the way just about being successful. It's just about being a better person, because I know when you're a better person and you're in a better headspace, you can perform better at whatever it is that you're pursuing. This is why I love listening to it. I got on Earl Nightingale by listening to Bob Proctor. God bless the dead. He passed away too, not too long ago. And he will bring him up all the time in his lectures. So that's just something that I like to listen to, man. Like, it's just part of my ritual, man. I think it's God level. And anytime I see the comments of people that listen to it, they talk about how their lives shifted listening to it a lot. So if you're not familiar with it, man, I hope this is something that you take in consideration too, because the better people are, the better the world can be, and the better our experiences can be amongst one another. You know what they say, man, each one teach one. Make sure you subscribe to the God Level Genius YouTube channel, man. On the road to 2,000 subscribers, man. If you come across this video, I would greatly appreciate if you subscribe to the God Level Genius YouTube channel. I am James Vergado, and as always, be God level. The genius is in you. God level genius.